Hi there, good day. My name is Jules and I will going to continue to tackle about the photosynthesis, what are the two sets of reactions, and also we will going to tackle about the light dependent reactions, the light independent reactions, and the Calvin cycles. So right now I have here the PowerPoint. Before that, I will going to have a summary first in relation to the photosynthesis. So in order for plants to grow, they need the inputs of carbon dioxide, water, and energy. We know that photosynthesis is the chemical process by which plants use these resources to manufacture glucose, the building blocks of plants. So in the process, the oxygen gas is produced as a byproduct. The energy for photosynthesis originates in the sun, and it arrives in the earth as sunlight. So this light has both wave and a particle nature. The particles, or what we call photons, are the smallest units of lights. Photons oscillate, or meaning swing back and forth at a regular speed, which is measured as wavelengths, the light emitted from the sun. I have a sample picture here, this one. So as we take a closer look on that, so this is the photon. As what I have said, the particles or photons are the smallest units of light. So photosynthetic organisms contain pigments that facilitate the capture of wavelengths of light in the visible light range. So here, each pigment has its own distinctive pattern of light absorption. So that is also what we call pigments absorption spectrum, as you can see here. So these are the colors or the lights that emits from the sunlight. So these are the example inside the leaf or sa mga dahon. So we have the chlorophyll A, the chlorophyll B, the carotenoid, and these are the wavelengths or the nanometers. So here, when pigments absorb light, energy levels of electrons are raised. Energy from an excited electron is released when it drops back to its ground state. So also in photosynthesis, energy is stored in chemical bonds. So there are two types of photosynthetic units. So we have the photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. So in photosynthesis, it consists of two reactions: the light dependent reactions and the Calvin cycle. So let's give you a background for that, so we can understand well, because it's a very complicated topic, because I want you as well to watch the video of it. I will send you the link, or I will send you the link through Messenger so you can understand better. So within the chloroplast, so we already draw that sa katong first activity nato. So within the chloroplast are small disc like structures called thylakoids, which are surrounded by a fluid space called stroma. The reaction that synthesizes glucose, the Calvin cycle, occur in stroma. So I have a sample here. Let me find it. Alright, so this is the example of the stroma, wherein the Calvin cycle occurs in the stroma, while the light-dependent reaction occurs in the thylakoid membranes of granule. So let's go back here. So events of photosystem 2 come first before those of photosystem 1. Both can produce adenosine triphosphate, and only organisms with both photosystem 1 and photosystem 2 can produce NADPH, or what we know nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, and oxygen as a consequence of earth flow. So in photosystem 1, it has a chlorophyll A, a small amount of chlorophyll B, carotenoid pigment, and P700. So as you can see here, I have an example. This one. So photosystem 2 to photosystem 1. So it has the chlorophyll A, small amount of chlorophyll B, carotenoid pigment, and P700. So photosystem 2, it has the same with photosystem 1. It has chlorophyll A, and then B-carotene, small amounts of chlorophyll B, and reaction center molecule of P680. So this is the reaction center, the P680, while the photosystem 1, it has the reaction center of P700. So photosystem 1, it has remaining pigments, which we also call as antenna pigments, which is to gather and pass light energy to reaction centers. So I have an example here. This is the antenna. So this is like an energy transport na siya ang pass through patungo sa reaction center ng photosystem 1 and the photosystem 2. So photosystem 2, it has pheophytene. So it is the primary electron acceptor. So i-remember na to siya, pheophytene, this is a primary electron acceptor sa photosystem 2. So diri pheophytene ang electron acceptor ng photosystem 2, while photosystem 1, ang electron acceptors niya is the iron sulfur proteins. So pheophytene, actually it is a kung ma-remember na ako, pheophytene, it is a chemical compound, while the iron sulfur, best known for their role in the oxidation reactions of electron transport in mitochondria and chloroplast. So this one, muna siya ganina, from leaf, mesophyll, chloroplast, thylakoid. So this one, so sa gingon ganina, photosystem 2 comes first before the photosystem 1. So in photosystem 2, higher energy level, then the light, then mato siya sa reaction center, and then the antenna pigments. So I cannot elaborate that one more. I will just send you the link on this para mas masabtan ninyo. Let's go back here sa PPT. So photolysis, so it is like a water splitting in photosystem 2. So the light photons absorbed by P680, which boost electrons to higher energy level. The electrons pass to acceptor molecule, pheophytene, then to plastoquinone, then along electron transport system to photosystem 1. So, ano siya? Ay, wait. So, ano siya? So, light photons absorbed by P680. So, mani. which boosts electrons to higher energy level. Electrons pass to acceptor molecule, which is the pheophytene. So this one, Monisha, pheophytene acceptor molecule. Then 2 plastoquinone, so Monisha. And then a long electron transport system to photosystem 1. So, dari magana siya up until here sa photosystem 1. Electrons extracted from water replace electrons lost by 680. 1 molecule of oxygen, 4 protons, and 4 electrons produced from 2 water molecules. So, electron flow and photophosphorylation. Electron transport consists of cytochromes, other electron transfer molecules, and plastocyanin. So, what do we mean by photophosphorylation? It is a biochemical process that involves the addition of phosphate to an inorganic compounds. So, photons move across thylakoid membrane by chemiosmosis. So, chemiosmosis, it is a photon strikes photosystem 2 to initiate photosynthesis. The ions flow through ATP synthase from the thylakoid space into the stroma. So, phosphorylation, ang ATP na-form siya from ADP. So, ATP, adenosine triphosphate, na-form siya from adenosine diphosphate. So, in photosystem 1, light absorbed by P700, which boosts electrons to higher energy level. So, electrons pass to iron sulfur acceptor molecule. So, since in photosystem 1, ang electron acceptors sa photosystem 1 is the iron sulfur. So, ferredoxin, then 2-flavine adenine dinucleotide. So, muna siya. Oops. Okay. This one. Here, and to here. So, electrons removed from P700 replaced by electrons from photosystem 2. So, nag-process lang na siya from photosystem 2, then here, up until here. Ito na siya, up until here, to the light-independent reactions. So, here, chemiosmosis. So, ako nang gi-explain ang meaning anak ganina. So, net accumulation of protons in thylakoid lumen, of course, from splitting of water molecules and electron transport. Photon gradient gives special proteins, ATPase in thylakoid membrane, potential to move protons from lumen to stroma. So this one. So movement of photons across membrane. So it is a source of energy for synthesis of the adenosine triphosphate. So in Calvin cycle, there are a lot of specific functions of the Calvin cycle. So in Calvin cycle, it is to create 3 carbon sugars, which can then be used to build sugars such as glucose, starch, and cellulose that is used by plants as structural building material. So in Calvin cycle, there are main steps, or there are 4 main steps on this. The first one is the carbon fixation. The second one is the reduction. Here. So in Calvin cycle has 4 main steps. So our first one, carbon fixation. The other 2 is the reduction phase. reduction phase. The third one is carbohydrate formation, and the last one is regeneration phase. Regeneration phase. So muna sila. So 6 molecules of carbon dioxide combined with 6 molecules of ribulose or the ribulose or the ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate with aid of rubisco. So ano ko an example? This one here. So mo ni siya. So sa Calvin cycle, let us take a closer look on this. So 6 molecules of carbon dioxide. So more na siya. So 6 molecules of carbon dioxide combined with 6 molecules of ribulose 1,5-biphosphate or the RUBP. So muna siyang rubisco. And then eventually results in 12 molecules of 3-phosphoglyceric acid or 3-PGA, and then NADPH NADPH and ATP supply energy and electrons that reduce 3-GPA which is the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. 10 of molecules or 10 of the 12 GA3P molecules are restricted using 6 ATP. So 10 of 12 GA3P molecules are restricted using 6 ATP into 6 5-carbon RUBP. The net gain of 2 GA3P, which can be converted to carbohydrates or used to make lipids and amino acids. So 2 molecules of glycerol GA3P mayroon siyang into glucose and other sugar. Because ang plants, sila lang ang nag-create their own food, which is muna siya ang glucose and other sugars. So photorespiration competes with carbon fixing role of photosynthesis. Rubisco fixes oxygen instead of carbon dioxide. It also allows C3 plants to survive under hot, dry conditions. Helps dissipate adenosine triphosphate and accumulated electrons, preventing photooxidative damage. So when stomata closed, oxygen accumulates and photorespiration more likely. Products are 2-carbon phosphoglycolic acid, which are processed in peroxysomes, forms carbon dioxide and PGA that can re-enter carbon dioxide. No ATP form sa photorespiration. So 4-carbon pathway. It produces 4-carbon compound instead of 2-carbon PGA during initial steps of light-independent reactions. So C4 plants Kasagaran, tropical grasses and plants are arid regions. Plants have crans anatomy. So I have an example here for crans anatomy. If makita na ko siya. Okay. This one. This is the example picture of crans anatomy. So it has upper epidermis, the mesophyll cells with chloroplast, and then this is the xylem, the phloem, and then bundle sheath cells with a granulochloroplast, and then diri ang stoma, and then diri ang lower epidermis. So, mesophyll cells with smaller chloroplast with well-developed grana. So, mesophyll, ano siya, dari banda. Smaller chloroplast siya, pero well-developed ang ihang grana. This one here. While the other one, bundle sheath cells, large ihang chloroplast. Tapos, it has numerous starch grains. So, ano siya, picture niya. So, for carbon pathway, carbon dioxide converted to organic acids in mesophyll cells. The PAP, which we call phosphoenol pyruvate, and carbon dioxide combine with the aid of PAP carboxylase. So, kani siya form of carbon oxaloacetic acid instead of PGA. PAP carboxylase converts carbon dioxide to carbohydrate at lower carbon dioxide concentration than does rubisco. Dili na siya sensitive sa O2, no photorespiration. Dili nga process. So, muna siya. So, medyo libog niya siya nga topic. Naganta mo yung videoan. So, carbon dioxide is transported as organic acids to bundle sheath cells, is released and enters Calvin cycle rather. So, muna siya. Carbon dioxide, transported siya as organic acids. And then, the bundle then siya sa sheath cells nga nasa katong nasa crans anatomy. And then, is released, tapos ma-enter siya into Calvin cycle. And then, carbon dioxide concentration high in bundle sheath, thus photorespiration minimized. So, sa carbon dioxide concentration, mas taas iyang bundle sheath. Kesa, ang photorespiration, mas baba siya. C4 plants photosynthesize at higher temperatures than C3 plants. At low temperature, C3 more efficient, cause 2 ATP for C4 photosynthesis. So, lastly, CAM or CAM photosynthesis. It is similar to C4 photosynthesis in that 4 carbon compounds produced during light-independent reactions. However, ang kalayuan lang nila is ang organic acids accumulate at night. Tapos, ang stomata kay naka-open. So, ano siya ang example, picture of it. Then, converted back to carbon dioxide during day for use in Calvin cycle. Stomata closed. So, during day, close ang iyahang stomata. So, mura kaya sa tao na magtrabaho siya in the morning, tapos matulog po siya kanang sa day-night na. Ideally, no. I mean, baliktad. So, sa gabi, nag-open ang stomata. Pag day, naka-close siya. So it allows plants to function well under limited water supply as well as high light intensity. So that's the end of my topic here. I will send you the link about this process so you can understand better. That's all, and goodbye.